Hi, my name is Ron Roberts Jr., aka the Mass Career Advisor, and I want to welcome you to 5 Minute Career Inspire. This is a series that's designed for high school students and college students. And so I'm having some fun with this, but I want to talk about a topic that I do think is important. Talk to insiders. So this series is inspired by three things. Number one, my love for masked professional wrestlers as I was growing up. I was a big fan of Mil Mascaras. Number two, my love for superheroes and comic books when I was growing up. And then finally, my passion for supporting students along their respective career journeys. So talk to insiders. So informational interviewing is one of the career practices that I think is undervalued and that's not done by nearly enough people. So informational interviewing are career discovery conversations. And so we're going to talk about that and why that is so important. So what is informational interviewing? So number one is talking to people who are doing what you want to do. So you have some sort of career path in mind, some sort of occupation, some sort of dream job, and it's simply talking to people who are doing what you want to do. So if I wanted to be a professional wrestler, who is the best person to talk to about what a career in professional wrestling is than a professional wrestler? I could talk to a career advisor. I could talk to a friend, a family member, but the best person to get the source of information that I need about a career as a professional wrestler is a professional wrestler. So you're talking to the source about what a career is in their respective career path. Number two, talking to people who are working where you want to work. So if I wanted to work for the WWE, or if I wanted to work for Disney, or if I wanted to work for Floor Corporation, wherever, talking to people who actually are working there, that's the best people to talk to, and that way I can get some great insight into the company. So it's taking 20 or 30 minutes or more just to talk to a person who's doing what you want to do, who's working where you want to work. So you can have an informational interview in person, you can have an informational interview by the phone, or you can have an informational interview on Zoom or some other similar virtual platform. So, what are the benefits of doing an informational interview or having a career discovery conversation? Number one, as I mentioned, you get insight into career fields. And so you can really find out what it's like to work in fashion, or what it's like to work in media, or what it's like to work in accounting. And so you get real insight to those career fields. You get insight into companies. And so if I really want to know what the culture of Disney is like, talk to people who are working there. If I want to know what the culture of Google is like, talk to people who are working there, and I can get deeper insights. Potential industry contacts. And so if you do enough, have enough of these conversations with people, you can expand your network and you can have a number of people within the industry that you have an interest in who can be great contacts for you down the line. And then last, but not least, certainly, potential internships or jobs. So if you do an informational interview, it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get an internship or a job, but it certainly sets you up for that possibility. If you have a good conversation with somebody and they think favorably of you, then there's a possibility that they may keep you in mind if an internship or a job or another opportunity opens up. So those are some of the benefits of doing an informational interview. So how do you get started? So simply, you talk to the people that you know to get connected with people that you don't know. 6 degrees of separation. So you talk to your family, your friends, your career or guidance counselors, your professors or teachers, mentors, church members, others, to talk to people that you don't know. So these people that you know can help you get connected with senators, astronauts, entrepreneurs, and so many other people too. So you have those conversations with people that you know and say, hey, I want to get connected with some people that I don't know, i.e. a neurosurgeon, and let those people go to work for you. All right, so that's how you get started. So once you identify your contact, how do you do it? How do you have this informational interview? So you prepare for it by reaching out to the contact. I advise email and to request a meeting, 20 or 30 minutes by phone, Zoom, or once everything gets back to normal, in person. You schedule a time, you prepare your questions, you get some pen and paper, and you dress suitably. So if you're going to meet this person on Zoom or in person, you want to dress appropriately for the meeting. And then you ask questions. You ask questions about what the person does, What are the person's work duties on a day-to-day basis? How satisfied are they with their job? What is it about the job that makes them satisfied? What kind of training or classes did they take to get to their job? What's their company culture like? What are the company's values? What are some of the challenges, some of the tough things about working in a job like that? And then finally, what advice does this person have for you as a high school or college student if you want to get into that career field? And then last but not least, of course, always say thank you. Thank the person for their time, thank the person for their information. And then as a bonus, see if that person can recommend somebody else that they know who may be willing to talk with you, to have an informational interview with. So I hope that you found some of this information of value in this 5-minute Career Inspire, and that it will really encourage you to consider doing informational interviews if you are not already doing so. Thank you for listening.